What's up, people? I am going to play a game that quite a few of you cannot because it's not on Steam anymore, but more on that later. The game today is Balsa. So, the game is brought to you by the KSP great himself, Harvester. And yeah, I've done some videos on this before, but I wanted to touch base on it again because there's going to be some excitement kind of brewing up here. So if you've played KSP, you would completely be right at home in Balsa. Flying in the game is super smooth, the FPS is pretty smooth, the looks of the game, even in its early state, is smooth. That's the kind of the word we're going for right now. It's really smooth. So when you are flying, the controls are tight, it puts you right in the action. When you crash, it explodes into a multitude of parts, and it's absolutely hilarious each time. It just blows up. I actually made a mod that does something similar in KSP, but I don't know what I did with it anymore. Anyhow, there's no gray smoke when you hit the ground. It's just parts going every which direction. And then when you recover the craft, it hilariously just falls in a heap of parts right in front of your feet. You kind of look at it and you're like, and then you can repair it and you get right back into action. So it's just something you have to experience. But wait, you say KSP was about rockets and space. Yes, I know it's about space, but hey, shh, I'm gonna let you finish. But there are rockets. There are rockets. The rockets are awesome. Like this. Okay, maybe not like that. That was a complete fail because I forgot what number activates the rockets. I was kind of button mashing, but like this. Tell me that wasn't awesome. And when it happens, it is like, oh, invigorating. Give me more. But then you get out of range and lose contact, so that's a downside. There is since it's about, remote control things, you have a range. So anyhow, you lose contact, and then if you're lucky, you can keep jamming on C to change the view, and each time you hit that, it gives you a second that it kicks over to the vehicle, and then sometimes you can give it just a little nudge back in the right direction, so when it's falling back, it comes back into range, and then you gain control of it again. It feels really good when you're able to pull that off. So unless you find some secret areas, there are a few, and I have found one. I don't know if it's supposed to be secret, but it's outside of the normal range, and you can fly there, and I totally want to set up a base there. I'll show you that right there. So maybe they'll patch that out. The main problem with rocket engines is once they go, you basically have to reload the entire craft. They stay burnt out, and I would really like it if they came up with a system to swap out those the rockets once they're burned. So that would be excellent to see. So you're probably asking, can you build aircraft? Of course you can build aircraft. This was built by Harvester. Of course you can build aircraft. The building in Balsa is very similar to building in KSP. Balsa has some additional bonuses. A lot of the wings are procedural. A lot of the parts, there's some procedural fuselages in there as well. So it kind of blends what you see in Flyout and KSP 1/2 at the moment. Because you have all this ability to manipulate these wings, and it's not just one wing. There's a multitude of wings that are procedural. Each node, when you hover over it, tells you exactly what it does, so you can drag it and you know exactly what to expect. There's no guesswork to it. The control surface will click onto its particular location, and then if you offset it, it will stay at that particular angle that you have the wing at, which is a fantastic little addition on there. And from there, you can then add on a battery or whatever fuel, an engine or a propeller, and the system will auto connect all these systems for you. But there is an option where you can actually manually connect everything. So, say you want X battery to drain and not Y battery for God knows what reason. I don't know. You probably have some reason, don't you? But you can then kind of, connect that battery, leave the other one alone. It works. It's a really nice system. Sometimes it doesn't do it with some of my mods. It didn't happen with some of the engines, and sometimes it did. I think it was probably something that I was doing wrong. 99% positive I was doing something wrong. But hey, it works most of the time, which is amazing because it's like something I modded in and also it works with the system, and now you have my overpowered jet in the game. So one of my favorite things in the building segment of the game was how they implemented the comm call and the CO and the COT, comm call COT, center of mass, center of thrust, center of lift for the proper people out there. And the center of lift is my absolute favorite because it has a gauge in front of your aircraft, and as you are adjusting your center of lift, it's actually showing you in the gauge. It's filling out this blue in the gauge, and that's showing you how stable it's going to be. So can you make a super stable aircraft that's all blue? Sure, you can. You can do that. Problem is, it's going to fly straight as an arrow, and it's not going to be able to turn very well. So what you want to do is kind of balance your blue with the orange. The orange is the instability. And so what I try to do is I try my best to get the blue really narrow but with no orange showing, and then it actually shows you the expected speed that it's doing all of its calculations at. It's a really powerful system, and I would love to see more games do something like this to show you exactly how your aircraft is going to fly. Leave as few things to guesswork as possible, and you go to try out your craft that you just did all your estimations for. It has been like almost completely accurate, and to me that's amazing. Why don't more games have that? I don't know. It's like having a wind tunnel built in and it's testing your aircraft right there. That would be great. Looking at you, KSP2. I gotta do something about that cough. So once you're done, you kick off to flight, and you can, while you're in flight, adjust your craft, and the changes will actually be retained when you go back to the hangar. That's something that was alien to me because, Harvester said before that, when you change the scenes in KSP, it didn't allow you to do that. So that was one thing I think I remember him mentioning that when he was in the chats. So that was like really cool to hear, and to hear that he was able to get around that in Balsa was just amazing. That just makes you not have to remember what the heck you were setting your things to and then having to go back and set it back in KSP. And so I definitely really enjoy the idea. You could tell there was a lot of thought going into the process, and if this was like a definite KSP spin-off, then I would say there would be a lot of danger coming to the KSP world. So in the game, there is some peaceful flying, and then there's combat. Yes, there is combat. You can pick a scenario where there's combat. I still remember playing, and there was some times where there were other people flying in the sky, and I was able to shoot them out of the sky. I was able to shoot them out of the sky using a ground and or watercraft. If you're clever enough, it can work. I'm not saying I'm super clever, but I'm clever enough to make it work in a video game, so there's that. But there were combat scenarios, and they were really fun. It was like wave after wave of bots flying at us, and we were shooting them down. And I just was like, this is cool. If you need your flavor, if you need that taste of combat, you can even multiplayer PvP against other people, and you can shoot them down with your aircraft and feel just completely awesome, like you're the Red Baron. And it's all paintballs, and it's really cool. So yes, it is really cool to see. There are achievements. Yep, they have achievements. I remember I think I saw some achievements in there. It's been a while since I did that one to get the achievement. Careers, yes, there are careers. It's in the works when I played, but it's there too. Believe it or not, I did absolutely terrible in career mode. I could barely pass the first mission because they give you a glider, and I don't do gliders. So I hear you. I know this game looks awesome. Yes, it looks totally awesome. But why can't you buy this? That's because Balsa is no more. There's no more Balsa. Correct. Instead, you have something more awesome coming, and it improves upon the Balsa formula, and that is called Kitbash Model Club. And it's on Steam, and you can wishlist it. No, I don't get anything for saying that. Maybe a pat on the back, I don't know. But hey, Kitbash Model Club is coming, and it lets you not just focus on aircraft like we were in Balsa. It gives you groundcraft, it gives you watercraft, and these things are all amazing because it just expands upon what Balsa was being created to do. And all that is coming with multiplayer. And it's something that I've actually had my hands on. I've flown with some of you. I've shot some of you down. And others of you, you probably are looking now and going, I wish I would have grabbed that. But hey, there's going to be time later. For now, wishlist it. But for real, I really want to fly with a lot of you guys. I'm still waiting on KSP2 to release their multiplayer, but at least we'll have it in Kitbash, and I think that's going to be absolutely amazing. And I absolutely cannot wait to do my favorite thing personally. I want to build my own little navy. I'm going to have a series of naval craft. I'm probably going to have an aircraft carrier somewhere in there, and probably will see some of you landing on my aircraft carrier. And I'll probably make some some little destroyers and PT, some patrol crafts and whatnot, and try to shoot everyone down from the water, because that's tends to be my thing. But it's not so easy in Balsa, but it's going to be a lot easier in Kitbash. And I totally cannot wait for some car races. But all of these things are going to be in Kitbash and available soon. It's supposed to be released in 2023, which happens to be this year, so we'll see how well that lines up, and I cannot wait to catch you guys in the game. For now, I'm gonna get on out of here. If you have not already, hit the like button, hit that submarine button, sub. I know I'm not putting out as many videos as I used to, but I now have 2 toddlers that are able to run. So you can imagine how my day's going. I'm not trying to scare you guys from having kids. No. Have kids. Have a lot of kids. As many as you can mentally and monetarily handle, because kids are fantastic. But just be prepared, because kids will run, and it's always when they have something that give me my guitar pick. But anyhow, I'll catch you guys in the next video. For now, I'm out. Peace. Ooh boy, they can run fast.